If you ever wanted to tint your front windows on your RAM Promaster, don't be scared. It's a lot easier than you think. It's not that difficult, and you'll save a lot of money doing it yourself. I got 35% from AutoZone. I'll show you what I got. The hardest part is taking the weather stripping off, which isn't even that hard, but I like it already. It's got a nice, you know, it's nice and dark. I'm doing this for privacy, sun transmittal through the window. I'm trying to keep it nice and cool in there. I got computers, I got lasers, I got tools in there, so I want it for the privacy. Here's the tint I got from AutoZone. Gila, ceramic tint, 35%. I think it was like 20 bucks. So I got 2 rolls because, you know, if you're in a bad mood, you're gonna be crimpling this stuff up. Do not install this if you're in a bad mood, dude. You wanna be in a good mood because you're gonna need a little bit of patience to do this. If you ever tinted a window before, you know. I mean, this stuff isn't the best tint you can get. It's okay, but it's a work van. And another thing, I don't have a giant shop where my high top can fit inside of here, so I gotta do it outside. And yes, I'm gonna get some pollen, and there's gonna be some little bit of dust inside the tint, which stinks. But again, it's a work van, and I'm just doing it mostly for privacy and heat blockage rather than for looks. I mean, from 20 feet away, it looks mint. Let's get started on the passenger side and start taking the weather stripping off. So I was going to go with 20%, but in my state, they're gonna bust my chops a little bit, the state troopers. So I went 35%. And with the stock, you know, these are tinted a tiny bit, so I'll probably be around 30 anyways. And you have this pillar in the way, which is obstruction for the mirror, so I didn't want to darken them too much, backing up, you know. It's a big truck. I don't want to hit anything, especially at night. So let's lower the windows down a little bit. I should lower them down all the way. And what you're gonna do is peel back this weather strip, and if you look inside, you're gonna see like kind of punched out pieces of the door, like right there, that white part. It's punched out. It forms a clip to clip the weather stripping in. So what it is, the metal's kind of punched out like this, and the weather stripping kind of has like a little angle on it, so it clips in. So what you want to do is kind of bend it back, and you want to bend it out so the weather stripping comes out, just to give you an understanding on it. And they're every like 3 inches in here. So I'm gonna get a putty knife, peel this back, get a putty knife, and just kind of press it and pull it out. I have a stiff putty knife. This works really well. So everywhere you see those white things, just put your putty knife or whatever you got and just kind of pry it out. And it is easier to start here to get this out, because then the bottom lifts up and you can get this side out, and then the top will come down. And then you gotta do the outside as well. Hey babe, what are you doing?
I need those
Long branch cutters. Just like that. So I got the side off, the tops, and then this outside just peels off. We'll get that back in later, it's easy. And the good thing is when we're all done, we put it back in, it snaps right in place. And there you go. Comes out in one piece. Weather stripping is out. Wife wants me to cut a tree down. I'm like, I'm a little busy right now, babe. Right, babe? Yeah. So you're gonna see these little plastic things on the window. Leave those on, it's a guide. I think they're on both sides. And your window's gonna be loose. Just be careful when you're rolling it up and down, because there's nothing to guide it. And if you bring it all the way to the top, don't let it go full pressure to the top, because it's gonna hit metal and then you could possibly shatter the glass. It is tempered, so just be easy with it. So I mean, that's the hardest part. What I'm gonna do now is roll this window up right where I can, leave a little bit of space. I'm gonna get my razor blade, soak this thing and clean it really good with the razor blade on the inside. And we're doing this as well, so I'm gonna clean that one as well at the same time. I got this kit from AutoZone. It was like 13 bucks for the solution. You can make your own solution. You can look up Google on how to make it. I think it's like distilled water and something else. But it also came with an X-Acto knife, which I needed anyways, and a squeegee, which is right here. I used to have 15 of these. They're all gone. I got one again. So and this actually works pretty well. But here's the kit. That's what it comes with. It comes with a cloth too, like a lint-free cloth right here. They do your final wipe with. So I made a final decision as far as my Boston accent, dude. I'm not going to try to pronounce my R's anymore because it doesn't work, and I sound a little weird. So it is what it is, man. I'm from Boston, and that's just the way it has to be. I have to concentrate on doing what I'm doing. I can't concentrate on pronouncing my R's, okay? But if you have a razor and you have a carpet, this is a carpet blade I put on it. It's a little wider, so it works really good. There's your dose of Boston accent. No more R's. Watch how weird this sounds when I do use it with my wife. Babe, are you taking your car to the store? Exactly. What? Are you taking your car to the store? Yeah, that's better, isn't it? All right, ammonia-free glass cleaner. It's gonna sit here and just clean the glass really good. Make sure there's nothing on there like spit, bubblegum, toothpaste, who knows? Just get it all off. Glue, it's a work van, so there might be some PL Premium on here. Might be some wood glue. My guys like to sneeze and not cover their mouth when they sneeze, so there could be boogies all over this thing. We just want to remove everything. And keep that razor blade on an angle. Don't be scratching your own glass. And once you scrape, to get some freaking paper towels. And we'll clean it. Clean it really good. Clean it real good. Clean it. Clean it. All right, now the inside's clean, we're gonna clean the outside as well, because this is where we're gonna put our tint and do our pre-cut in here, and then transfer it to the inside. Remember, there's no weather stripping, so don't slam your door, because your glass will slam, potentially breaking it. All right, glass is super clean, inside and out. Let's go look at the tint. Let me grab my X-Acto knife for a second. I gotta move this weather stripping because it's in my way. All right, make a table, make sure it's clean. All right, so what I'm gonna do is open this up, go over the window, give myself a few inches of room on the top and bottom and cut it like a rough cut. So there you go, I got plenty of room, 3 inches top and bottom, that's plenty for me. Rough cut on the tint. All right, got some extra tint for something else someday, maybe. Now what I like to do first and foremost is find out what side is the clear side and what side is the tint side. All right, so the tint's up right now. I'm gonna turn it over. And I just do this for me. You don't have to do this. If you got a good brain, use it. I'm gonna put off. And I'll be able to read that. If it says off when I put it on the outside of the window, I know that the tint is on the other side. So when we transfer it, the tint will go onto the window. Because if you have it the other way around, it ain't gonna work. Your cut will be off. 2 hands, grab this carefully and bring it over. I wish I was inside of a shop so I wouldn't get micro dust, but I am not. Again, work van. Work van. It's a work van. I'm gonna soak the window. And just place this with the off pointing out. Just gonna put it on the window, make sure I get plenty of room everywhere. And what I'm gonna do is just kind of squeegee it, and I'll do the cuts on the sides and the bottom. I'm just gonna run my blade along the frame of the window. I got it where I want it. This is plenty enough room because the weather stripping is going to take up some space. And the leftover, which is trash, and now we have a nice piece that is just about perfectly cut down here. Just kind of get all the water out. It'll be a nice straight line. You can go up and down with it. You can leave an 1/8 inch gap, 1/16 inch gap. I'll leave it right to the edge of the window. Now it's pre-cut, nice straight line. So when I go to put it in, I'll just go up and down with it and squeegee it. All right, bring it into the shop real quick. All right, now we want to separate the film from the tint. Just put it on the tint just a little bit. You don't want too much because you got to take it off. And just stick it and then pull it. There you go. But we want to spray that as we take it off so we don't get any stress lines. No folds, no creases. All right, there's your exposed tint. Soak the frick out of it. And go over to the glass and soak the glass as well. After you freed it, soak it. Soak it. And then grab the tint. And we're gonna place it on the glass. 2 hands, dude. 2 hands. And hopefully not too much dust gets attracted to this, which it will, but hey, what are you gonna do? Work truck, work truck, work truck. No wind, no wind. That wasn't too shabby. All right, I'm gonna place it on the glass. And we use a lot of fluid so we can move this around a little bit without too much stress on the tint. We pre-cut the top to the top of the glass, so we're just gonna move it around till it looks good. I'm perfectly lined up with the glass on the top, and that's the key. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I'm good. Now I'm gonna wet the tint a little bit and squeegee it. Get all the air and water out. I mean, once it's on, this is really, really simple. Just moderate pressure, nothing crazy. The reason why we take the weather stripping off is because if you did it with the weather stripping on, you'd be cutting to the weather stripping, and if the window was down, sometimes you'll see a gap. But it also, when it's tucked behind the weather stripping, you don't have a chance of it catching anything and peeling off. So that's all set, and let's get the weather stripping on real quick. Bring the window all the way down. And this just goes in the reverse way you removed it. So this bottom corner you want to get in first. Down. Adjust the window a little bit. Get that all the way down as far as it can go. Even if you're up like an 1/8 inch here, it'll bubble. And we'll tuck this in afterwards. And it just snaps back in. It's pretty simple. Make sure it's in nice and tight all the way around. Then once it's in, just tuck this behind the glass. Keep it pushed in and push it in. Just like that. And down here, there you go. There you go. And once the weather stripping's in, roll the window all the way up. And you're not gonna roll it down for at least 24 hours. I would do 48 hours, 2 days, just to be safe. You can go around with the squeegee, wet the window again, and just make sure there's no ripples or bubbles. This window's done, weather stripping's in, I got all the bubbles out. Let's do that little triangle window. And that's a lot easier than that because we don't have to take anything off. All right, got my leftover piece. I gotta see which side is the clear side, and I'll write off on it so I know. All right, here's the clear side. And we really shouldn't be doing this in direct sunlight. If you're in direct sunlight like I am, just keep soaking the window. You want it soaked when you go to put the tint on, because the sun, the glass is hot, it's gonna dry fast, so you don't have much time to move it left and right and get it aligned. In the shade would be better, and of course, in a shop would be best. Take this, put it on the outside. Move your mirror. So you see the factory fade right here? I'm gonna stay about a 1/4 inch away from that on the outside. You can see it outside. And tint does not like sticking to this black paint, or whatever it is, the etching. So I'm just gonna go a 1/4 inch over, cut it, and bring it in and place it. I'm not pressing too hard where I'm scratching the glass. I'm just... Nice light score. Enough to cut the tint though. You can see through the tint. I mean, it would be harder if you had like 5% or something really dark. All right, there's your piece, and we'll take the clear off and stick it on the inside. All right, real quick, a little footnote. If you drop your squeegee down here and it goes into the door, there's a screw here. Take this cover off, there's a screw there. Take that cover off, there's 2 screws there. Take the speaker cover off, there's 3 screws. Oh, and there's a screw there, and you gotta take all of this off. You can let this hang. And there's like a weather stripping sheet of plastic. You rip off a little bit, stick your hand out, grab it, and put it all back together. That was a nice little 10-minute adventure. That's why I have this out. And it's a 30 hex and Phillips screws. God, I love when it's that easy. And this window is so much easier because it's smaller, but it's just so much easier than the big window. I'm soaking this. I'm gonna go soak the glass on the inside of the Crapmaster. Why do I call it a Crapmaster? Because it's a bittersweet love-hate relationship I have with this vehicle. When it's running good, it's a beautiful machine. I mean, I do love it. Soaks it, soak it, soak it, soak it. I mean, I love it. But when something happens, for example, a transmission failing at 51,000 miles, that's when I get angry and I hate it. And I'm saying to myself, why? It's a Crapmaster. It's a Fiat POS, Stellantis. I put RAM on it, whatever. I'm not getting into the politics of it, but I'm gonna put this tint on. That's what I'm gonna do. Get it where you want it, adjust it, position it. We're good. Soak it again. I'm just about out of this stuff. I use so much of it. And squeegee away. And that's it. This is the easy one. All right, there you go. How to tint a RAM Crapmaster high top, the big one, not the city, the big one. This is a 2500. They're all the same, 1500, 2500, 3500. I'll put my weather guards in on Monday in a couple days so I don't affect the tint. You can clean it if you want with some ammonia-free glass cleaner. This stuff's always good. Just a light cleaning and you're done. And you remember, keep these up for a couple days. At least 24 hours. I'd wait 48. And if you have any stubborn bubbles, I had a stubborn bubble. You're not supposed to do it, but if you have one that just won't squeegee out and you know everything else looks perfect, just poke a little pinhole in the middle of the bubble and squeegee it. That'll get the fluid out and or air. And you're gonna see some streaking as this stuff's drying. It should go away unless it's a tint defect. But that's it. If you like this video, like it. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. I got RAM 1500 and probably a couple more Promaster ones, but I got RAM 1500 Hemi videos coming soon. Figured I'd just share this because I'm tinting my windows. I'm sick of not having tinted windows. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Until the next one, stay tuned. Peace.
Dude. Get what you did.